Yeah, buddy. John, what's going on, buddy? How's retirement? No, 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 we're not retired. We're just on a hell of a break. Yeah, buddy. So, oh, I am so aggravated with gaming on the freaking PC. It's getting out of control. So, the reason why I haven't streamed in a while, well, I mean, I got some stuff that's going on here at home, but everything had gotten an update within the last 5, 6 days. Some of them had multiple updates. And what I'm finding that's happening is, when you download these games into the computer and then you add all of these different mod files, what ends up happening is when they update the game, all of the mods don't work. So it's getting a little out of hand, and um, sorry, I've just got like six things here going on at once. So, like GTA 5. Okay, I got everything downloaded into the computer. I got everything working. Everything was working absolutely perfect. And then the next day, GTA 5 threw out an update, and now all of the mods don't work. So, yeah, you can back up your files and, revert back to the old version and stuff like that, but it's just, I got another program that I have installed into the computer which sets up me to use different controllers. Okay, I have a button box here. I've got the steering wheel that I use in all of the games except for the flight game. So I go into this program and I dedicate a button to do certain things. Like if I want to turn the lights on, I can either hit a button on the steering wheel or on the button box. But what ends up happening is when they update the game, for some unknown reason, all of the buttons get switched around. So, like the button that was supposed to turn on the four ways is now the right blinker. I mean, so now I got to go through and redo each of the buttons. I got to reprogram each of them. That was just GTA 5. And then, American Truck Simulator, they just put out an update. And for whatever reason, the load that we were on, if you guys remember, I mean, I know it's been a week, but we were carrying the three Kenworths. And we were taking that down to Oakland. And as soon as I go into the game, it says that there's new content, blah, 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 and that the load was taken off of me without charge, and it put me back in San Diego. And it's like, if you're going to update the game, that's fine, but to reset the whole thing, that means that, okay, so say, for example, if I was an American Truck Simulator, if I pick up a load in San Diego and take that out to the East Coast or up to the Northeast, if they put out an update, which is quite often, I end up back out in San Diego and I lose the load. So now it's like starting all over again. And, it's just gotten to the point where it's like, I'm getting to where I was before, where I spend more time working on this than I do enjoying it. And it's getting out of control. I mean, it's like every time I turn on the computer, there's a new update. And it's like, great, now I got to go in and see what's all screwed up. And like I said, GTA 5, I had everything working absolutely perfect. Everything was installed, it was all working. Bam, update. None of the mods work. It's like, now I got to wait for the modders to go in and update their mods to the new version of GTA 5 in order for the mods to work, which could take, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And it's just, it's a pain in the ass. When you coming back, OTR? Don't you worry about that there, sir. Um, we do. Like I said, I was gonna stream American Truck Simulator, but when I noticed that they did the update, I installed the update, And when I went into the game and found out that it dropped my load and sent me back to San Diego, I just got frustrated. I said, you know what, the hell with this. This way I no longer play, that's why I no longer play games on the PC. You know, especially like, when it comes to GTA 5, there's a program that people install. It's called LSPDFR. And that is the program that changes it to where instead of you playing the actual gameplay on GTA 5, you can play as a cop. And then there's modders out there with the car packs. There's, different modders for just certain features. And what I don't understand is you have all of these modders, you have all of these programmers who create the game to be what it is. Why not create a game that does the same thing but without the mods? Create all of the mods and just put it into a game. This way the game is running on its own without mods. Same thing with American Truck Simulator. I mean, I don't know what this recent update did to American Truck Simulator. I don't know if it was a graphics update or a security update or whatever the case is, but I just don't understand why when they update each individual game that it has to destroy all of the mods that are in the game. It makes it, to the point where it's just not worth playing it. I mean, like I said, if I have to restart in San Diego every time I get into American Truck Simulator, this game's just not worth it. Used to play a lot of first-person shooter games, but every update cost me all my gear and weapons. Yeah, I'd be pissed at that. We got into... There was one particular night last week. April had looked into DayZ, and April's got a lot more patience than I do. So when I first started playing DayZ, for the first couple of days, I'm in the game 10, 15 minutes, and I'm dying of starvation, or dying of thirst, or dying because of the elements, and I'm not getting anywhere in this game. I mean, I'll go out and get a bunch of stuff, and I died of starvation, because I can't find any food. And to me, like I said to her, it's like, this game's not worth playing. I just wasted $55 on this game. It's not worth playing it. Well, April kept going, and then she founded it's called a modded server. And she was playing that for a couple of days, and then she's like, oh, you would love this game. She was giving me all the details on it, on how different things were. So I said, all right, well, I'll give it another shot. So we went on. And my God, April and I spent probably 8-10 hours on this game. And I think we only died once. But we ended up meeting up with a whole crew. And now we've got like a group of 8 people. We were all on the Discord server. And, we had a blast. And I wasn't going to stream it because, like I said, I didn't know how well this whole thing was going to turn out. But, we got into DayZ. We started building we'll call it a fort. But, we had a blast doing it. And now we're geared up like, to the hills. I mean, we could pretty much do anything now. So that was all fun. But if it turns out that they update DayZ and we lose all of that, oh yeah, I'll throw this computer right out the window. There's no freaking way. And this is what's bothering me about these PC games is that, they do the updates and you lose everything or you lose your progress. Now, I didn't lose any money as far as like an American Truck Simulator. I mean, I probably did lose the money that, for that load. But, I didn't lose any of that stuff. It just starts you over in San Diego. GTA 5, when they do the update and I have all of the mods that are in that game, what ends up happening is I can get into game. Well, originally, this was aggravating. Originally, the game would just crash. The game wouldn't even load up. The load screen would come up. It would start going into the load screen, and then all of a sudden the game would crash. And when it did that 5 or 6 different times, it's like, all right, now I got to go in and figure out what's wrong. Well, then I find out that there's, because there's no notifications. Not like you turn on your computer and says, hey, GTA 5 has an update. So I found that there was an update. I sent the update through, and then, like I said, from then on, it just kept crashing, right back to the desktop. So I found a bad file. I take that out, and then it just, now none of the mods itself work. The game itself is fine. That's fine. The graphics mod that I have in there is fine, but all of the third-party modifications that I have in there to make it what it was doesn't work. And again, the other thing with all of the buttons that I have programmed, that all got discombobulated. So I had to go back in and reprogram all of them. So American Truck Simulator is now reset to San Diego. GTA 5 is technically unplayable. The farm sim I haven't even attempted yet. The flight sim just put in an update. I haven't even logged into that because I'm going to have to go through and redo all of these buttons again on the flight sim. And to me, it's just like, you know what? I've just about had it. Just don't update the game. Sometimes I don't have a choice. When you download the games through Steam, sometimes they're automatically updated. Or as soon as you log into the computer and internet hits the Steam account, it automatically updates it. And then I find out afterwards. That's actually what happened with GTA 5, is that I would come in and there's, one of the icons, I click on it and it brings up the game and it would crash. And what had happened was GTA 5 had already updated and I didn't know it. But it's getting to the point, it's just aggravating. It's like, as soon as I get the games to where I want them, they turn around, throw in an update, and I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, the game was running perfectly fine. Why do you need to update the games every single week? It makes no sense to me. I mean, the graphics aren't any different. I understand there's new download content, but that should be by choice. So why the need to update these games on a weekly basis or, every other week? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But like I said, it would be fine if the game would update and then you just get back in the game and you start off where you were. That would be fine. It doesn't affect me. You do the update, that's fine. I could wait the 10 minutes for it to download, go back in the game, and everything would be fine. But when you go back in the game and everything in there is screwed up, all of the buttons are screwed up, the mods aren't working, American Truck Simulator starts you over, it's like, what the hell? Now I got to start from scratch again. And then, like with GTA 5, when it destroys all the mods, all the modders go in and they, spend a few days or whatever it takes to redo the mods. Now I got to sit there and go through one by one and see who updated what. And then I got to go in and update the mods. Each individual mod. It's just, like I said, it gets to the point where you spend more time working on it than you do playing it. And it's aggravating. Very, very aggravating. It's like, here, I'll bring you into American Truck Simulator. I'll show you guys. I mean, nothing's different. I already got the notification that they sent me back to San Diego. So the truck's still there, that's all good. But when you come here to the world map, where are we? San Diego. Started me right back, because like I said, we had that one load, I don't remember where we picked it up, but we were coming down here to Oakland, and then we were going to get another heavy load out of Oakland, but it deleted that load, and then set me back here in San Diego, right back from scratch. So now I got to turn around, go into the job market, find another job, cargo market. Oh, because we don't have our trailer on there. So we got that one going up to Washington, Idaho. We got that trailer going to Florida. We got a tanker to North Carolina. That could be interesting. And then we got the crane. That's going to Mississippi. Nope. That's up there in Washington. So we got to go here. Click on San Diego, and this is what's available here. Ohio, North Carolina. That's just a regular trailer. This one's staying in California. So, I mean, you know, it just, like I said, it gets to the point it's aggravating when it ends up resetting the whole system. GTA 5, I'd be surprised if that one even sparks up. Usually that typically crashes when I try to start it. Farming Simulator, we haven't had any updates on that in quite a while. So I'll give Farming Simulator 19 credit there because they haven't updated. DayZ, I haven't had to do an update since I've installed it. Now, with the Farming Simulator, I'm finding I'm getting a lot less views when we do the farm. So that's why I really haven't been focusing on the Farm Simulator, because the views are less than half of what I get when we do either the Flight or the Trucking Simulator. But I'll show you guys here. Actually, let me open up the file system. So, like I said, LSPDFR, that's the program that turns it into what it is. But these are all of the mods. And this is nothing. This is like a fresh, you know, game almost. So, but these are the mods that I have in right now. And as of right now, last I knew, which was yesterday, none of those mods were working. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if this even loads up. Nice truck. Oh, yeah. Crony, what's going on, buddy? Yep, there we go. Rockstar Social Club. Now we're doing, so, installing prerequisites at Rockstar Social Club. So, Rockstar, I don't even want to know. I'll be surprised if this even loads in. I've had nothing but problems with this game crashing. And then the other thing is, GTA 5. This one blows my mind. I don't understand how this even happens. I have GTA 5 set up to where it's only showing on one screen. Now, you guys know I have the 4-screen setup, but the 3 screens for the gaming. GTA 5, for whatever reason, doesn't like the higher resolutions. So the 7680 by 1080 that I was originally running on all the other games for the 3-screen setup, I can go into the original game and it would be fine. Now, when you add the mods into it, certain mods, okay, like for example, if you're a cop and say you pull somebody over, you get back in the car and you want to bring up the computer. When I bring up the computer, see that just crashed. This is the problem that I have with GTA 5. Now it crashes on a regular basis. So even if you generate a crash report, it kind of gives you details as to what had happened from the time that you had clicked on the game to the time that it crashed. And you can go in here and decipher, if you know how to read this, what it is that crashed your game. And so I scroll all the way to the bottom and it pretty much gives me nothing. This is, you might as well write this in Dutch. It doesn't matter. So, but this is it crashes every time. Every once in a blue moon you can get the game to push through. But now back to what I was saying as far as the resolution goes. For some reason, it doesn't like the higher resolutions. So I was okay with it. I said, all right, we'll drop GTA 5 down to 1920 by 1080, put it on the one screen, and I'll still have the other screens for the stream. I could put the YouTube up over here, Discord up over here. It's fine, not a big deal. I could play on one screen. Done it before. But now, when I click on the Rage plugin to load up GTA 5, I lose 2 out of the 4 screens. So the one here on the left and the one here on the right, I lose them. It shuts the screens right off. So I still have the one up top for the stream. Got the one here for the game. It shuts these 2 screens right off completely. Why does GTA 5 have control of my other 2 screens like this? I mean, if I'm playing on 1920 by 1080 and this is the main screen here in the middle, when I clicked on this, it should bring the game up to here. It shouldn't affect these 2 screens at all. But it literally shuts these monitors right off, like as if I hit the power button. I don't understand that. Zoltan just stopped saying hi, back to teaching in a few minutes. What's going on, Zoltan? Brandon says, I was wondering if you were going to stream today. Yeah, we're not going to stream any games because none of them are freaking working right. So, I'm just here to give you guys an update as to what's going on with the whole gaming part. Have you tried to put the game in windowed mode? Yeah, if I can get into the game, I've put it in window mode, but it still shuts off the other 2 monitors. I have no idea why. So if I can get into it, let me try running this as an administrator. If I can get into it, I'll show you the settings that are in there. ...2001 Dodge Ram. I wouldn't call that a new truck. It might be new to him. So now you guys, I don't know if you guys can see the flickering, but that's what GTA 5 does for whatever reason. And now that monitor's off and that monitor's off. So I believe somewhere in the config file for GTA 5, I believe, if I remember, now I'm going back a few years, but I believe there is a setting in the config file that can prevent GTA 5 from taking control over other monitors. No flicker? Well, that's good. Well, the thing is, like I was saying, GTA 5 I can bring up on all 3 screens. I can play the game 7680 by 1080. No problem. Now see it push through. So, now, what was happening was, there's, like I said, if you get into the police car, I'll show you guys how this all gets set up.
Hey, yo, Franklin, what it do, family?
Alright, so, in order to do this, you bring up a command screen. We're going to load the plugin up. So we load in LSPDFR. That's the other thing. There are ways where you can have this particular program load up during the load screen, but it crashes the game every time. So you actually have to do it secondary to the game itself. So we'll force ourselves on duty. Now see, Compulate does not support, that plugin is disabled. Stop the ped, that plugin is disabled. So all of these mods, Ultimate Backup, not supported. All of the mods, they're not supported anymore because the game updated to its new version. So now none of that really works. Oh, it's aggravating. So stop the ped's not working, which is a big one. So now we have our cheat menu. So I'll show you guys this one. This is where vehicle spawn, we can go to emergency, we'll get the police cruiser 3. So now, this is the police vehicle that I've got put in. Let me see.
Attention all units. We have a 211 at Little Solron Station. Unit units respond code 3.
Yeah, so see, none of these buttons that I had programmed are now working at all. It's got flow masters. Yeah, buddy. Update the capture. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Why? Hold on. Let me see. And see, this is the other thing. This makes no sense. This is on the main screen. So if I bring this over here, let's try that. Yeah. So for some reason, I had to drag that whole thing over to the right, which technically would be the left screen, but now that the left screen's up. Ridiculous. But again,
We have citizens
I've got
reporting possible trespassing in East Vinewood.
so the steering wheel, gas pedal, and brake pedal work, but none of the buttons that I had programmed work. So now let's try. So those all have to be reprogrammed, which is ridiculous. Hey, we got another 5-0 behind us. Alright, let's get out of their way.
We are code 4. Proceed with patrol.
So now, if I want to access the computer, I can't. I'm hitting the button to access the computer, nothing, because it doesn't work. It's just, like I said, the mods, and when they updated it, you can get the game to work. So let's go into the settings. I'll show you guys this. So right now I've got it in full screen mode. We could switch it to window mode. It's really not going to make... Now it wants to restart the game. Yeah, let's not say we did. So right now we got it set 1920 by 1080. Both these monitors here are off. And like I said, I think that there's a thing in the config file where you can prevent GTA 5 from taking control of the other screens. Finding it's going to be another story. DirectX 11, 85 hertz refresh. So the settings, I have everything maxed completely out. And I'm still getting 85 frames a second on this. And that's, we got that at a limiter. But like I said, it's when I had all of the mods put in, I had everything working great. It's like, oh my god, this would be an amazing stream. I've got everything working fine. I'm actually surprised that the stream itself is working, because I was getting a lot of stutters. I would bring up, see, stop the pad, that's not working. I mean, yeah, the cop car looks great. Sirens, all the lights look good. Sirens working. But the third-party mods, none of them work. And it's just, you know, like I said, okay, the steering wheel itself works, but I had these buttons on the wheel programmed for sirens and lights and stuff like that. No, I got to use the Xbox 360 controller right now to run, you know, the lights and siren, and then use the steering. It's just, it's a pain. So this is why I haven't streamed any games, because as soon as I get them up and going to where I want them, they do an update and it breaks. So now, this is where should be. Skeletor, what's going on, buddy? Boy, yeah, so this is why I'm not streaming any of the games right now, because I now have to go back in and reprogram everything. I gotta wait. GTA 5 we can't play because that's waiting on the modders. American Truck Simulator, I just gotta reprogram all the buttons and that should be fine, but we are starting back from San Diego. Farming Simulator, like I said, we're not getting the views. DayZ, I haven't streamed yet, which we may get into eventually, but we'll see. And then there are some changes coming very soon to the whole stream thing. We aren't going to get into details on that right now. Some people are going to blow their freaking tops off, but kind of is what it is. About all I got. So what's going on with you guys? Anything new? All we see is black screen. Yeah, I saw that. Oh. I just wish they would leave well enough alone. You know, everything gets to working, and to me, I call them pointless updates because it doesn't. Oh, Steven. Yeah, buddy, he says. I just realized I got messages on Steam. Nothing's new with anybody, huh? Well, I got a lot of new stuff going on, but like I said, I can't get into it right now. You guys will see soon enough. What was that? Yep. So, I mean, we've been streaming a half hour already? Yep. Alright, guys. Well, like I said, I just wanted to come in and give you guys an update as to why we haven't been streaming. I know that I posted that thing on YouTube that we'd be back on Monday, but with, I mean, the Farming Simulator, like I said, I'm just not getting the views that I thought that I would on that one. And, the other ones, the updates have destroyed a lot of things that I have to go back in and fix. And DayZ, I don't know. Might have to get into that one. I have yet to see an update for DayZ, so I don't know what that's going to be like when DayZ updates. If I lose, like John was saying, if I lose everything in there, I'm probably going to start deleting the games out of the system. Because, it's like I said, it's getting to the point to where they're not even enjoyable anymore. So, we're going to kill the stream here. And as soon as I can get some more updates and get this stuff fixed, I'm just chilling on Apex and San Antonio. Nice. 4:30 a.m. unload. Nice. Yeah, that's the time to take a shower and chillax. So there are going to be some changes coming real soon in my life, which you guys will be aware of soon. But like I said, we're not going to get into the details on that just yet. There's some stuff that needs to be finalized yet. And but when I feel the time is right, I will include everybody as to what's going on. And yeah, so like I said, I'm going to kill the stream here, guys. And